Hi, Knights, and welcome back to the North Castle. We are so glad to see you again today. I hope that yesterday you truly felt what it means to armor up with truth. We loved seeing pictures of you guys doing VBS at home with friends and family, and I hope that you're excited today for what day 2 is going to bring. So before we get started, I want to talk to you a minute about armor. Some of you may be thinking pretty hard about this armor of God, and you may be like, Miss Megan, can I order that on Amazon? Or can I go to Target and buy the armor of God? If you were wondering that, you're not alone. Lots of people read about the armor of God and wonder, is this something real that I can go buy? Can I buy it at a place where I buy my Bible? You might even be thinking, I was Iron Man or a knight for Halloween last year. I can just wear that, and that's kind of like the armor of God. So I have some news for you, and I have my armor right here. This is kind of like a Halloween costume for you to think about. The armor of God is not really like Iron Man's destructible suit that helped him save the world from Thanos. It's not even really what soldiers or knights in medieval times would wear, even though we are thinking of ourselves as knights this week. When we talk about the armor of God in the Bible, it's something we call a metaphor. Can you say that big word with me? Metaphor. And it tells us how something is like something else. An easy metaphor might be something like, my baby brother is a dragon. Now, if you have a baby brother, he's not really a dragon, right? But if he throws a fit or doesn't get his way or is crying or being really loud and mean, it might remind you of a dragon, right? So when we talk about the armor of God, it is a way of describing something. When Paul talks about the armor of God, the belt of truth, the helmet of salvation, the shoes of peace, the shield of faith, he is telling us how something is like something else. When we trust in God and rely on God's strength and power, it's like having the full protection of armor. Having faith in God is like having on Iron Man's suit and having all the protection that Iron Man's suit gives him. So I hope you will think about that as we continue to learn about the armor of God, and I hope you will come up with your own metaphors at home. Today, our word is justice. So when I say armor up, you say with justice. Let's practice that. Armor up with justice. Just like yesterday, I want you to come up with a pose for justice. So you had your pose for truth yesterday. Maybe you had your sword or you crossed your arms. And I want you to come up with a different pose for justice. And then let's see if we can do both words in a row. First truth and then justice. Are you ready? Let's do it together. Armor up with truth. Armor up with justice. Wow, I bet there are some great poses happening at home. When we are armoring up with truth and we are armoring up with justice, we are doing what our memory verse tells us to do, and that is to be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Ephesians 6:10. Can you say that with me this morning? It should be on your screen so you can read along with us. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Ephesians 6:10. Now that we're armored up, let's worship God with our voices and our dancing and have a great time this morning.
We are on a noble journey. We are on a noble journey. Protected by the King of Kings. Jesus calls and we will follow. got the sword of the Spirit, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the breastplate of justice, and the belt of truth, the shoes of peace to go spread the good news. The sword of the Spirit, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the breastplate of justice, and the belt of truth, the shoes of peace to go spread the good news. We're ready to go spread the good news. We are the Knights of North Castle. We are ready for battle wherever we go. We know that we won't ever be shaken. We wear the armor that saves us. Oh, we are the Knights of North Castle. We are the Knights of North Castle. Well, welcome again, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all had a great day at VBS yesterday. We're excited to have another one today. This next song, so yesterday, if y'all remember, we sang a song about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in a fire. Well, today we're going to learn a story about a big old guy named Goliath. And this song is all about him and David and how he confronted Goliath. So here we go. We're going to have some fun. Hey Goliath, you look pretty big. Me, on the other hand, I'm just a little kid. So what? I may not be strong as you, but there is something about me you don't know. Here's the truth, see, you stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord, yeah. You stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord, yeah. Hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, if only you knew. You think you're fighting me, but you're really fighting too. The battle's not mine, it belongs to the Lord. Greater is the one who's in me than any in this world. So you stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord, yeah. You stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord, yeah. Hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, go ahead and laugh. I got a couple pebbles hidden in this bag. When I raise my arm and when I start to swing, I'ma knock you out with just a rock and a sling, yeah. You stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord, yeah. You stand before me with your shield and sword, but I stand before you in the name of the Lord, yeah. Hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, sing that again, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath, oh, hey, Goliath.
We interrupt your program for a very important update on a battle that has just broken out in the field close by. Let's take a look.
We've got power, yes we do. We've got power, how about you? We've got power, yes we do. We've got power, how about you? We've got muscle, yes we do. We've got muscle, how about you? Okay, look, all this chanting is getting us nowhere. You want to conquer us, we want to conquer you, right? Right! I have an idea. Why don't you choose a champion? We'll choose a champion of our own. The two can meet in the middle and battle it out.
And no one else has to hunt?
Nope.
If our guy wins.
Then we will be your servants.
And if your guy wins?
Then you will be our servants. Easy breezy macaroni cheese.
sounds reasonable to me. Let's do it.
I'm watching from the sidelines, and it seems as if both sides have come to a conclusion. They will both pick a champion. Loser becomes the servants of the other side. Here comes one opponent now.
Whoa, he's really big.
Yeah, I say about 6 cubits and a spin.
How big is that?
I don't know. About 9 feet 9 inches.
Then why didn't you just say 9 feet 9 inches?
I don't know. 6 cubits and a spin just sound more biblical.
So which one of you peepsqueaks is going to come out here and duke it out with me? What's the matter? Doesn't anyone have the guts to take me on?
I am a little under the weather. Now is not the best time.
My dog ate my sword.
No one? Then I will just have to insult you until someone steps forward. Ahem, your army is so weak.
How weak is it, Goliath?
Your army is so weak that when you play soccer, the ball kicks you.
But who is entering the field but David?
Greetings, King Saul. My father sent me with some food for you. How are things on the battlefield?
I think I lost my appetite. We're all too scared to eat.
Scared of what? What do you mean, of what? See that giant over there?
Sure, it's kind of hard to miss a guy who's 6 cubits and a span.
He's the Polish champion.
I will face Goliath. You?
You're just a small shepherd boy.
As a shepherd, I've defended my flock from bears and lions.
But Goliath is huge.
He's tough and he says mean things.
The way Goliath is talking to God's people just isn't right. Something must be done.
At least let me give you my all that's to help Miss Goliath.
Facing life's challenges isn't about what you stand against. It's about what you stand for and who you stand with. I stand for justice, and I know God will stand with me.
What is David doing?
It looks like he's picking up some stones for his sling. But how many?
1, 2, 3,
4, 5. I'm not sure what 5 smooth stones in a sling are going to do against a giant like that. Goliath.
Hey, Goliath, your days of bullying are over.
Ha! This is the best you can do. This puny little guy, your warrior is so small.
How small is he, Goliath?
He's so small, ants chase him away from their picnics.
Good one, Goliath.
Hey, Goliath, your impudence is showing.
Huh? It is?
That's gotta hurt.
I won because I stood for justice, because I stood for God's way, and God stood with me.
Well, Bob, it looks like no matter how small you are, all you need is God on your side to win.
Well, thank you, friends, for a wonderful portrayal of the story of David and Goliath. Hi, I'm Pastor Shelby Slowey, one of the pastors here at Brentwood United Methodist. It is so good to be with you at VBS this morning. And like Miss Megan said earlier this week, we're talking about the armor of God. And like Miss Megan said, armor is something strong that protects us. But when we talk about the armor of God, we're talking about things that we can't see, that God gives us that protects us. And so yesterday we talked about Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, and we talked about the armor of truth and how important it is to tell the truth about who God is to others. And today we are going to talk about justice. Now, justice, if you don't know what that word means, it means fairness. It means equality. It means that everyone has access to the things that they need, and no one is treated differently because of the color of their skin or because of their body or because of who they are. Everyone is beloved by God. And everyone deserves a chance to live a full and a happy life with their family. So what I want you to do right now, wherever you are, if you're at home, I want you to raise your hand high, high in the air if you have heard the story of David and Goliath. Have you heard it before? Me too. I grew up hearing that story of a small shepherd boy named David. And that little boy came to this big battlefield, and he came with food for his older brothers. His older brothers were serving in the army, remember? And David was coming to feed them. And when he got there, he saw the big, scary soldier named Goliath. And I remember that God used not the army, not the big soldiers, but that little boy David to defeat that big, scary Goliath. And who would have thought that that could have happened? That's a pretty amazing story, right? But what does that story teach us about justice? What is God trying to tell us about justice through the story of David and Goliath? The answer might be in a little something that you might not have noticed. It was what David was wearing. Now, what he was wearing was just his normal shepherd's clothing. The King Saul, when he learned that David wanted to help defeat Goliath, King Saul said, "Take my armor. You can have this armor of bronze, and I'll give you my bronze helmet, and I'll give you my sword, and you can go out there, and these things will help you defeat Goliath." And David put them all on, and he said, "This doesn't feel right. I can't do this. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to wearing armor like this. I'm not a soldier." He said, "I can't wear this because it will only weigh me down." David doesn't fight like a normal soldier. David fights like a shepherd. Out in the field, David fights off wolves, and he fights off bears, and he fights off lions, and he does it wearing his shepherd's clothes. That's who he is. He's a protector. He protects his flock. He's not a soldier. He's a shepherd. And in fighting like a shepherd, dressed in nothing but his own clothes, he took off King Saul's armor. He threw down the sword. He got his slingshot because he knew how to bring down that giant. Now, here's what I think that means for you, my friends. God wants you to be yourself when it comes to fighting for justice. You were not made like anybody else. God has made you and equipped you with special gifts and talents, just like David. Some of you are quiet and you're shy, and that is so good. That is who you are, and God will use that. And some of you are loud and you make things happen and people listen to you, and that is awesome, and God is going to use that too. And maybe you really like art and you love to draw and paint or color. Maybe you could use those skills to make a window poster or a yard sign that talks about God's love for people who are hurting. Or maybe you love science and math, and you're going to study really hard, and one day you're going to create a cure for illness and disease. Or maybe you're an athlete and you love to run, and you can sign up right now for a race to raise money for a justice cause that you care about. What I want you to know is that you don't have to be grown up. You don't have to be a soldier. You can work for justice today, right now. Wherever you are, however old you are, no matter where you come from, God can use you, just like God used David, to fight for justice for God's people. Will you pray with me? Hey, God, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for teaching us about justice through the story of David and Goliath. And thank you for using David just as he was, as you created him. Thank you for the gifts you've given us, and help us to see our unique talents and skills as the things we can use for your kingdom, to spread love and joy and kindness, to fight for justice and fairness, and to lift up those voices who need to be heard. Amen.
Hi, my name is Addison Richardson, and I'm here today to tell you about our mission project for this year's VBS. We're raising money to help build backpacks for our friends and neighbors in need. We aren't sure what school will looking for everyone, but we do know that kids need school supplies. This year, you can give your offering online on VBS website, www.bumc.net/VBS. This will be a little bit tricky since you can't bring in your coins and dollar bills. Ask a parent to go online with you to make a donation and be sure to give them the money that you would have brought to VBS. You can think of creative and fun ways to raise ideas for VBS. Have a parade. You can make lots of fun noises as you drive or walk by to see if people want to join the cause. You can have a lemonade stand or clean out your piggy bank. I bet you can think of a bunch of ideas. We are so thankful to give back to others and serve God even when we're at home. I hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much, Addie, for reminding us about our mission project. In case you missed it yesterday, friends, our mission project this year is the Build a Backpack ministry here at the church. We are collecting money to help purchase the backpacks, and we are also purchasing school supply kits for either elementary, middle, or high school age students, and you can purchase those kits on Amazon. All you have to do is add the kit to your cart. It has everything that it's supposed to have, and it'll ship it right here to the church. Some of you may remember getting the little cards that are the school buses or the pencils or the apples that have the list. So this is just like that, except we're doing it on Amazon this year. So yesterday, we noticed that the donate button was not on our website, but it is there today. So you can go to www.bumc.net/VBS and you can click the donate button. That will let you give any amount of money that you want. No amount is too small to our backpack fund. And make sure that you select Build a Backpack as the fund. You can also click on the Amazon wishlist button, and that will show you all of the things that you can buy on Amazon for our school supply kits. Thank you for helping us give back to the community at this year during our virtual VBS.
All right, we're gonna worship just a little bit more. We learned this song yesterday. It's our theme verse this week. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. So let's sing this again. Let's do it. Be strong in the Lord in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. When it feels like hope is gone, be strong. I will keep on keeping on and be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Oh, 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 oh. When I'm feeling hurt and pain, be strong. You restore my joy again. I'll be strong in you, Lord. Be strong in the Lord in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Oh, 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 oh. Break it down. So come on, everybody, time to get strong through the power of God. We'll carry on. Come on, everybody, time to get strong through the power of God. We'll carry on. If you can't whistle the song, just hum or clap and stomp along and be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Be strong in the Lord in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, for the last song today, what we wanted to do is sing one more song about giants in the land and how our God is bigger than all the Goliaths and all the giants in the land. So here we go. Let's learn this song. When temptation's big and my faith seems small, I remember to surrender to the one who's able to deliver me, my shield and my defender. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. May look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. The bigger they come, the harder they fall. Giants in the land, my God is greater than the giants in the land, so I won't be afraid of all the giants in the land. Clothed in the armor of God, I'll stand against the giants in the land. Oh, 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 giants in the land. Oh, oh, oh. Though I walk through valleys, I will not fear. When I remember to surrender to the one who's able to deliver me, my shield and my defender. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They may look big, they may look tall, but the bigger they come, the harder they fall. They come, the harder they fall. Giants in the land, my God is greater than the giants in the land, so I won't be afraid of all the giants in the land. Clothed in the armor of God, I'll stand against the giants in the land. My God is greater than the giants in the land, so I won't be afraid of all the giants in the land. Clothed in the armor of God, I'll stand against the giants in the land. Oh, 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 giants in the land. Oh, 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 yeah. The bigger they come, the harder they fall.
I'm over there doing those motions, so I got a little carried away getting over there. But oh, boys and girls, I hope you were able to get into those motions, and getting into these songs has just been amazing. I want to just tell you, brave knights of VBS, that we are so glad you have joined us on this second day. And I miss you so much in here, but I have loved seeing the pictures that you have been sending to us. Thank you for doing that. Continue to do that today. And also let me remind you that you need to look online at bumc.net/VBS for some of the extra things to do for today, as well as being able to do the donate button that Megan was talking about. So you're going to join us again in the morning, as I know you will, at 9 o'clock. But right now, just as we've been doing, I want you to stand up where you are, get a little closer, because I know I can't really see you, but I know that I might be able to hear you, maybe, if you're loud enough. And let's do some of our armor up. Are you ready? Armor up with truth. Woo! Armor up with justice. I think I kind of heard you out there. I sure hope so. Our benediction is going to be our memory verse. And Miss Megan shared that with you today. So repeat after me. Be strong in the Lord. And in the strength of his power. So let's say it again as our benediction. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Amen.